Obviously with the disables, making sure that, team fights aren't going off. Pretty strong opening here. Nice thing too with the silencer, it's a little bit of a flex pick. You can run it as, a 5, you can run it as 4. But looks like Ari first pick Kappa's not afraid to go for the cancer pickup with the Viper.
Yeah, we've been seeing teams ban this Viper out in the second phase for most of their games, and that this has been another one of their stable picks that they usually pick if it's available. So kind of realizing that people will ban it out and they won't get it if they wait that long, so moved it up to the first phase since they obviously valuable it strongly.
Now they can still run into some problems with picking up the Viper this early. I think Les Pancakes, I don't remember if they had a win with it or not, but I know they do have a Tinker player over on their side, and that can be a little bit difficult for Viper occasionally. When you're constantly being lasered, you can't actually hit anything. Still an option on the table here for the side of Les Pancakes. What do you think about that, Mags?
Yeah, there's definitely a few heroes that can counter Viper in mid, notably Enchantress we've seen recently picked by a few teams. I know DC picked it one time, and SG Esports picked it another time to just kind of counter up an early Viper pick. But the pick of the Viper early to secure their mid is interesting to me because Los Pancakes actually have a 6K mid player. Not many of those high MMR players in this league, so that represents the largest MMR distribution between the teams. So the early pick Viper probably just trying to secure his lane early, although as we just mentioned, there's a few counters that can be picked.
It looks like Ari First Pick Kappa has also done their homework here, looking at the Monkey King getting banned out and the Pugno. The Pugno's kind of interesting because generally that seems to me that you want to go for something with like a Necrophos, which is supposed to be, Pugno's the counter to currently, among with the Skywrath Mage as well, and also the Ancient Apparition. But looks like they figured they're probably gonna get some pressure being placed over onto their mid. The Spirit Breaker actually gonna get taken out, and he's just really good to kind of jump those back lines. AA pickup though here for Los Pancakes. They picked that up before in the past. I believe it has 100% win rate on that for this particular team.
Yeah, and it's always a good pick against the Necrophos. With the Pugna ban, it's obviously a hero that maybe might indicate a Necro pick.
Oh, but they pick up the Necros for themselves. Yep. All right.
Yeah, so not allowing Ari first pick Kappa to take it, and also having a setup for themselves to take it right away.
So what do we see then for Los Pancakes that's going to be able to go move about the map and also, hit towers? What are you thinking would be just the perfect setup here for them right now?
Well, they still kind of need to deal with this Viper if that Necro is not going to be mid. Or I guess they could put the Silencer mid as we were talking flex pick here. There's, yeah, definitely the biggest gap in their team play right now. But since they have the AA, they could go for some more heal, maybe like a Juggernaut, just get the healing more, the Necro, going down a lane, just have some sustain and take down towers that way.
I am a little concerned too looking at Les Pancakes draft right now. And the same thing also for Ari First Pick Kappa. We're lacking a little bit in catch. You've got, the Nixon Pale coming out here, and of course, Necrophos' ultimate, obviously Holy People plays. You need something to proc for the cold feet on Ancient Apparition, but looking at the side of Ari First Pick Kappa, you're really relying on Earthshaker for most of your disable with those stuns and such. So would it be possible to see something with another disable coming out from Les Pancakes?
It can. In terms of dealing with the Weaver, though, I really like the Silencer pick. You can actually kind of have Nyx just getting his ultimate, finding the Weaver, going on him, maybe even AA blast on top of it, and then Silencer ult to make sure that he can't, do any funny business and just negate all that damage. So in that sense, they can deal with him. But yes, there is a little bit of lack of Blink Dagger catch. Only the Nyx would actually get one here on this team, really. So yeah, I can be looking for something along those lines to be picked up.
Oh, we got a Drow strat coming out here. Oh my goodness. Well, that'll definitely help the Weaver out, being able to, get that Gemini attack off. You've got, Viper. It's going to help him out quite a bit in his lane. And again, the only thing that they really have to jump in the back lines would be this Nyx Assassin. Still doesn't really solve the issue of making sure that they have enough lockdown coming out from Ari First Pick Kappa, but they do have one pick left, so We shall see.
Yep. Now kind of showing off their lanes here. Viper middle, off lane Weaver, safe lane Drow. You can actually kind of abuse this if you're Los Pancakes. Just pick something that can kind of run at them and they won't be able to really deal with it. There's also, for a little bit of cheese, a Broodmother, always good against Drow and works well in mid against the Viper. So they're going to have a couple of options going into this last pick.
Yeah, Broodmother would really cause a lot of problems for Ari first pick, because they don't have a great way to clear out all those babies other than maybe the Earthshaker, but, you know, he doesn't have unlimited mana. It's going to take him a while to be able to start hunting them down. I'm just, like, laughing a little bit because I'm watching the dire draft in here, and it looks like occasionally Viper hits Earthshaker in the face, and he looks pretty pissed off about it. I do like this band, though, coming out with the Faceless Void. They definitely don't want that grabbing everyone inside their Chronosphere, because they prefer, obviously, to sit on the outsides and kind of just plank away. But what do we see for the last pick for Ari first pick?
We're probably looking for Satan's support hero, if it's going to be the offlane Shaker.
What about a... I mean, we've seen him run Rubik before with pretty good results. That's a possibility.
He did have a nice Disruptor game as well. That's still available.
Positioning is going to be really, really key for him, though, on that particular hero. See? No, it's going to be the Rubik. Lots of good stuff to steal here. Blah. You know, grabbing the Chilling Touch early on can be very beneficial when you have a Weaver, although it'll take a while for him to get that 6. Scythe coming out of Necro. And, of course, you know, the Silencer R ulti if he is fast enough, and if Silencer forgets to cast a different spell. But granted, when you have a Rubik in the game, you very quickly cast one other spell immediately, so he can't steal the global.
And you also can't forget Rubik's passive, just giving his team some added magic resistance against an AA, against a Necro, against Silencer. Like, this entire Radiant team right now is dependent on magic damage, so always good in that aspect as well.
That's true.
Goes underappreciated.
It definitely goes underappreciated, because I definitely forgot that was one of his things until you mentioned it. I was just so wrapped up in, you know, flashy plays coming out from Rubik that I didn't think about his passive. So definitely will come in handy here. I'm sure we're going to be seeing, you know, hoods, if not full pipes, being picked up on these heroes for the side of the Dire. Because there's a lot of nasty stuff that's going to be flying at them, magic-wise. So.
Yeah, Radiant taking a bit of time here. All the cards are on the field. You have to deal with Drow, you have to deal with Viper, so we'll see what they go with.
Alright. It's another nice counter here. So we're going to be seeing Force Staffs and Hurricane Pikes and all that fun stuff being picked up on the side of our first pick Kappa, because, you know, you don't want to be stuck in cogs with the clockwork there. That's kind of a cool set. I don't think I've seen that one before on the clockwork.
Yeah, the clock pick is great against the Shaker for sure. He can't really cast any spells if you get him inside the cogs, but it also then means that their mid player 6-dog is going to be on that Silencer. And that's going to be an interesting middle matchup, as Silencer can very well own that matchup if he plays it well. And I already did indicate that that mid matchup for Radiant is their highest MMR disparity, so we could actually see the beginning of their way to win this game through that mid lane matchup that they have going for them.
I'm very interested, too, to see how smart the Silencer starts getting, because you definitely don't want a hero with infinite scaling to be able to get any sort of a lead here, but I'm sure we're going to be seeing a lot of rotations coming out and trying to put a lot of pressure over onto him. So we'll go ahead, we'll introduce the teams. Over on the side of Los Pancakes, we've got Scoozer, who's going to be playing the Ancient Apparition, Chappie, going to be playing the Nyx Assassin, M-John, going to be playing the Necrophos, 6-Dog, going to be playing the Silencer, and Sunshine Duck will be playing the Clockwork.
So then on the Dire side for our first pick Kappa, we will have Og on the Earthshaker, Villain on the Viper, Ari playing the Drow, Satan on his Rubik, and Aosin playing the Weaver.
So I'm pretty interested to see, you know, how this all works out, because we're used to seeing, you know, Aosin being able to really bully people over into the off lane there, you know, using that Underlord who's very, very tanky early on. He's got a lot of extra damage, messes with the creep waves thanks to that aura. This guy's a little bit more fragile, and he's going to have to be really, really careful that he doesn't get out of position, I think, into this off lane. So we'll see here. So what are you feeling? Whose draft are you really liking right now?
Well, we have a draft strat on the Dire, so we'll be looking to see how they can adapt the lanes, make sure that they have an advantage and keep that advantage. But then the Radiant do have this kind of magic damage combo that can just take over the mid game, and you have the clock against the Shaker and the Silencer against the Viper mid. So I'm leaning towards the Radiant at this point, but can very well see within the first 10 minutes if this draft strategy is going to win or not. So that's what I'll be looking for. 10-minute mark, see who's got the lead.
So is it basically the win condition is to make sure that, Ari gets what he needs and starts, mowing down towers, or?
Yeah, it's usually the game plan for Ari is as well, just to win the lanes, be able to farm them by himself while his team kind of makes space, and also just a draft strategy in general, one that heavily relies on snowballing and taking down towers early, just keeping a commanding lead of the game throughout the whole game.
I like the clockwork taunt. I like taunts in general, but I think
the clockwork ones are pretty
that one's fun.
A little disco going on. Or the robot, I should say.
Alright, well, all eyes, I feel like, should be on this mid lane just to see how this starts to pan out here. Viper, definitely a very annoying hero, but you have some...
Actually have Og going behind the lines for the courier. Not going to get it, though. He's smoked up for this, too.
A little bit of babysitting going on here, making sure that Silencer gets himself off to a decent start. Do you see that villain? Courier comes around. And Sixdog gonna have to play a little carefully just for now. Just because this is not a super comfortable matchup right at level 1. Do we know what's Villain's MMR?
Villain is 5k.
Okay.
So it is 6 versus 5 right here. Of course, these glaives.
Top lane. Looks like our Clockworks found himself on the wrong side of the fissure, and Satan actually gets first blood. It's a nice start here for Rubik. A little extra experience, a little bit of gold. Get that blink dagger pretty fast.
Yeah, always nice to get first blood, get your boots early.
Oh man, bottom lane though. ASN.
Oh, wow.
Actually gets the kill over onto Mjon.
That's just by himself. Level 2.
Yeah, I was worried about that. Fissure coming out mid. Oh, Sixdog. He's barely going to be able to get himself out here. Looks like all going to have to turn around. Clarity gets cancelled, but that salve actually saving Sixdog's life here in mid. Turning back around. Oh, that uphill mischance, though. They're both sitting really, really low. This could be huge if they could get the kill, but... looks like they'll be able to escape over here on the side of the Dire. And, looks like Chappie's gonna try to make his way around here. And while all that goes down, Og actually gets denied by a neutral creep.
Scooter catching him with a haste rune. Low HP from the mid gank attempt.
Yeah, I was still looking over at the mid side here. So I thought that the Nyx assassin was going to maybe make something happen over here onto this Viper.
These middle rotations are definitely needed from that Shaker because we're already seeing the matchup in effect that I talked about with Silencer being a level ahead of the Viper right now. And he's already had to ferry himself out an extra salve, so not going in his favor so far.
Do you think we see a very defensive build coming out here now from Villain where he does a lot of points in the Corrosive Skin? We've already seen he's got 2 points in it.
I think max Corrosive Skin, you might even see a hood coming out of him because of all the magic damage on the other side.
Nice Impale coming out here on the bot lane. Looks like Aosin sitting a little bit low here. They're actually going to be able to get this kill, I think. Yeah, it looks like Chappie will be able to get the kill over onto Aosin.
That was a really nice double stun by him. And Weaver with 1 second left on that. Shikuchi just not able to get it off.
See, checking up here with the mid matchup. We're seeing, you know, again, Silencer starting to get a bit of that edge here like we talked about. 18 and 5 currently CS, sitting at level 5, and Viper sitting at that level 4. So I haven't really seen too crazy, though, of any sort of like rotations where they get like, you know, crazy amounts of kill or anything. So that's pretty good if you can avoid giving Silencer a lot of early int.
Yep, he's a hero that doesn't really have too much kill potential by himself, but as soon as Nyx and AA maybe feel that they can rotate over, especially since it just turned nighttime, maybe that's when we'll start seeing some kills in this lane, from either side actually.
This Arcane Rune making him like super glowy over here.
More particles.
I know, right? Everyone's just gonna turn to an IO cube at some point. Bottom lane Athens is sitting a little bit low here. Does have a wand, could opt to pop it. But looks like... Is it M John or is it MJ on? I have no idea.
I will go with M John just based on capitalization. But
alright, I'll I trust you here, Mags.
okay, yeah, direct all flames to me, I guess.
Looks like Dog in a little bit of trouble here. We'll be able to get the kill. Nice and Pale coming out here over onto Villain. We'll be able to burn some mana, but again, with that big of a rotation, Silencer has a little bit of a trouble dealing with the lift into Fissure into all the lovely poison coming out from Villain on this Viper.
Yeah, Silencer was out of mana for about a minute and a half there. I think he was just waiting for the shrine to come up and then go. So a well-timed rotation from the Rubik and the other Shaker to kind of take advantage of that little bit of greediness by him.
And now we've got the 6 over up on Villain. We can be seeing some Viper strafing coming out here. During all this, let's keep in mind too, Ari here in the top lane, very little pressure being put on him from what I've seen. You know, Clockwork, there's only so much that he can really do this early on. And he's definitely getting harassed here by the Drow. So Ari sitting at 33 and 11 currently, having a very nice time here in the top lane. Satan running around over here is able to grab that bounty rune. And Clockwork getting his levels though. He's sitting at level 4 right now, so he's been playing it safe. Did have 1 death early on, but needs to be careful here. Looks like the rest of the crew, they're not afraid to die behind this tower. Satan shows himself. We'll be able to gain the attention of the range creep.
And Drow's about 1 wave away from level 6. That's just gonna bolster the damage from all the heroes by that much more. Just maybe might be the next indicator for another rotation.
Yes, and meanwhile, also sitting at level 4. Doesn't want to get too close. He's had a couple close scrapes down here in the bot lane. Has had 1 death as well, so playing it a little safe. It looks like they're letting Nyx grab some of this experience here in mid as Silencer does a little bit of jungling over here onto the side. But again, Ari's going to be able to take advantage of this matchup currently. The rotation coming out here on bot looks like Ogg's looking maybe to jump over onto this Ancient Apparition. They do throw out the bugs here, and Skoozer having a bit of difficulty. Will be able to take it off. John, he's looking to get a couple clicks off over here as well. The Chilling Touch comes out from Skoozer though.
He's pushing up. Ogg can get him from behind.
Yeah, they definitely spot that out. Shikichi comes out. Fissure will land, and it will keep them on the right side. And they'll clean up. 2 kills now over onto Aosinth, and if I was this Necrophos, I'd be a little nervous here.
Yeah, his lane's been invaded.
Doesn't have a lot of vision over here on the side either to realize, you know, who's over there, who's waiting. Seeing nice rotations coming out from Ogg on this Earthshaker. Does run face to face into Chappie over here. Throws out the Enchant Totem. Gives him a little love tap as he makes his way back. And looks like Six Dog's actually going to have to walk all the way home here. It's just getting very strongly harassed by the Viper, as a Viper should be doing. But we'll be able to finish up those treads as he goes home.
Yep, the Drow Aura getting that marksmanship, probably moving the lane to more of his favor than what we would normally expect from this matchup if it was all things equal.
Bottom lane, they do get the kill over onto Aosen, and they use the Reaper Scythe as well. Top lane too, they're actually able to get the kill onto the Drow Ranger. She's actually totally alone up here. And they saw their opening, so nice play coming out here from Les Pancakes. Everybody's just rolling around here. They see the opening, they start moving.
Yeah, until Drow gets a Force Staff or Hurricane Pike, she's pretty vulnerable as soon as Clock just gets the cogs on her.
Couple little hits coming out here over onto the Necrophos. They tried to go with the Lift Fissure. They did manage to land it, but unfortunately just not enough damage to really do too much to this Necrophos at this particular time. Weaver making his way back here to the bottom lane. They do grab some of his mana in the meanwhile, but we'll turn back around, try to put more damage over here onto Chappie. They need maybe one more hit. The Fissure comes in. They will be able to get that kill and then turn their direction back over onto this Necrophos. He tries to juke around into the trees here. While all this is going on, we do get a kill over onto Villain on the Viper, but this is a hot pursuit down here. Enchant Totem comes out. We'll be able to go ahead, use the Ghost Shroud, heal up again. Satan, he's looking like he wants to go for the lift, but there's another TP coming back. They need to be a little careful. Of course, you know, Weaver's sitting a bit low. Does have some wand charges, so they might try to debate here, but while all this is going down, looks like in the top lane, Ari's going to be able to grab that tower. He's almost got his Dragonlance finished up, and we do see a rotation coming out here from Six Dog. He's sitting at level 9. It's been going pretty okay for him in his lane, considering it's a Viper.
Yeah, so we have hit that 10-minute mark that I was talking about. Right now, only the top tower going down for the Dire. And I kind of wanted to see them head over to the Radiant safe lane and take that one down as well by this point. So I'd say a little bit below what I would expect for this draft right now.
Well, they use a scan over here. They know that there's someone there. All going to come around the corner, immediately spot out Six Dog. They don't have that global silence. Fissure coming out, lots of damage. They should be able. Oh, the neutral creep! I thought they had that on lock, but nope. Creep decides it's going to help him out today.
The scan and 3-hero rotation.
Yeah, that's got to feel bad, man, huh? M-John gets yet another kill down here bot lane over onto Aosen.
Yeah, those are the kind of kills that, you know, the draw strategy that we've been talking about needs to snowball into towers. So just not getting that extra boost of golden experience, it hurts them a lot, actually.
Nice boss coming back here. Looks like it will land over onto Satan and actually get that kill. There's a jump forward from the Clockwork. Jump over onto Og. Can they get this kill? Yeah, there's more int being put over here onto Six Dog. Now Villain, he's stuck in these cogs with the Sunshine Duck here, but it looks like it's the opposite. Trying to get that denial off over onto himself. There's a nice impale. One more hit, and it looks like Six Dogs will get... How much int did he get during that fight? Because he's gotten a couple kills prior to this, right?
Yeah, he went from the Rubik and then the Viper and possibly the Shaker as well, so potentially 6.
6 from one fight. That's actually so disgusting. It's exactly what they want to on the silencer.
Yeah, and with the mid silencer, I'm actually interested to see if he'll go Axe this game. That's a fun change.
We'll be able to go ahead. Throw Skeezer up. He needs to get over to the shrine, though. Oh, they're going to try to chase that. Looks like Viper TPing into the shrine. They should, yeah, they're still not going to be fast enough. And now Villain potentially in a bad spot here. We do have the Drow standing nearby. We'll go ahead, pop the shrine, turn back around, trying to put even more damage over onto Villain. There's the silence coming out with the Gust. Couple Ice Blasts. They gotta find this opening, though. Unfortunately, Nyx Assassin doesn't get that impale. And now Ancient Apparition Scoozer says, yeah, I've had enough of this. I'm out of mana. I would like to go home now, please.
No deny for him this time on the silencer. But meanwhile, the Necro just going to the enemy safe lane, taking down that tower. This is actually what I wanted to see from our first pick Kappa doing a few minutes ago.
What's interesting is I know that Ari likes to do a lot of like split pushing and things with his heroes, and we haven't seen too much movement coming out from him. I'm not sure if it's because he wanted to finish up that Dragon Lance first or what, but he's been fairly stationary here. Ice Blast comes in, will land over onto Villain and comes. Oh, look at this. Look at this gank here. Villain trapped in cogs again. Is going to try to just put as much damage as he can over here onto Sunshine Duck, but there's a nice fissure coming out here from Og. We'll follow it up with a Reaper Scythe. Not quite enough damage to take down Viper, but we'll be able to follow up with a couple extra clicks and spells. They will be able to get the kill. Bottom lane here looks like Aosen trying his best to just put a little pressure here onto this tower, but needs to be careful because the rest of the team on the side of the Radiant, they're really forcing this mid tower right now. Satan actually gonna have to back himself off. He does have that Carapace. We'll go ahead, pop it, try to be a little annoying with it, but it feels like this is all in reverse, like you're saying, you know. It feels like Drow should be the one trying to push these towers. They do spot out Satan over here onto the side. Mana Burn comes out, and that's even more in coming over here onto Six Dog. Looks like now Villain trying his best to fight his way out here. Should be able to get this kill. And, gosh, how much int is on the silencer? He's got 16 int at 14 minutes.
He does, but he did trade his life for the Rubik, which is not necessarily the best of trades.
Maybe he's feeling very confident.
Yeah, he is, and he's not carrying a TP with him as well, so if he ever finds himself in these positions, he's basically just dead.
Ice Blast coming in. Looks like it'll land over a little bit, grazing Og here, and we'll hit Villain as well, but that is a mid tower taken, so it's 2 towers going down for the side of Dire, and oh, hookshot doesn't quite connect there. That's a nice try though coming out from Clock. And all right, now we're starting to see this pressure we started talking about, right? We've got the double damage rune about to expire over onto Drow, but they're all making the rotation down to this bottom tier 1. And this is a really important tower because the Radiant jungle just has so many access points. So they really need to consider, you know, do we defend this or do we just leave? And it looks like they're just going to back off. They don't want to have to deal with this. I don't know. I feel like this tower, if you can get everyone down there, you definitely go and defend it. What are your thoughts on this?
I think they see that they have the opportunity to finish off this mid tower, and actually the top tower is at half as well. So for them, they think it is a 2-for-1 trade going on. So the safe lane tower is, you know, it opens up their jungle for the enemy team, but it goes down eventually, and it's 16 minutes in the game, so
that's true.
Probably just see it as an acceptable loss at this point. Even getting pressure on the mid T2.
Fissure comes in, doesn't quite connect over here. Looks like Necker gonna try to back himself off. We do see the Drow making a rotation, and Aosen's getting bullied over here by Six Dog. He needs to be very careful. He's like no mana left. Does have the Shikuchi though, should be able to get himself out. While all this is going on, we do see the Radiant making their way out of the Dire jungle. They still have this tier 1 over here.
A narrow TP out from the Nyx there. Seeing that his Impale does almost 0 damage to this Viper, having the hood and corrosive skin maxed.
That full veil over there with this Necro is gonna hurt. Alright, so they've taken all the tier 1s on the side of the Radiant. So what is the next objective, or the next plan that they should be doing here on the side of our first pick Kappa? Should they be going for something like a smoke play here? And you know, they've got a pretty good skirmishing team with Viper Strike having a low cooldown. Drow just needing to position herself back, or do you kind of wait? Oh, the hookshot comes in though here from Sunshine Duck. We'll be able to get this kill over onto the Viper plus a scythe. The villain is no longer there.
There's 18 in for the silencer now. So
this is such a smart silencer.
As you're asking about draw strat, at this time of the game, after the first towers are down, you definitely want to go for the T2s, but you can't really go for them as your current strength right now, so you usually see them posturing around Roche and just getting a smoke into there, taking it, and then that allows them to just barrel down more lanes for the T2s.
That makes sense. Top tower will go down though in the meanwhile. Six Dog and M-John gonna go invade the jungle a little bit, try to deprive them of some of these resources. And looks like Radiance is going to be next on the menu here for the Necrophos. We've got the Hurricane Pike completed on Ari as soon as he can get that courier. Satan appears to be working on a Yules, and they are going to try to invade this jungle a little bit. But I don't feel like the side of Los Pancakes really cares too much that they're in their jungle, because they're doing a lot of mirroring. They're just taking over the dire jungle instead. Chappie doing a little bit of scouting here.
I think Radiant should be playing around the Silencer ultimate. Just kind of trying to find fights at this point, if they can. Or at least keep the draw strategy from not getting their towers, but they kind of are just farming themselves.
It's a little bit scary here. Looks like they're not going to follow up that Ice Blast not connecting, but very patient Chappie found Aeosynth, waited until he was going for the TP out, and then canceled it, burned all his mana. So if there was anyone else with him, that probably would have been a kill over onto Aeosynth.
Now he has to do a slow walk of shame back to the base. No mana to Shikuchi.
Nothing like a sad bug, right? Top lane, they've got their eyes over here on Ari, but what just... Were they just going for a farming with that, or did they...
No, they're going for Ari.
Oh.
They have a ward here in the lane. They saw him farming, tried to go for him, but didn't account for the small camp right here, so he just hit that instead. And I don't think Ari knows that happened.
I feel like we would have seen a little bit of like a question mark or something coming out from the other team, because I know RD2L does allow some all chat.
Yep.
Alright, let's take a look at these items. Looks like 4 staffs getting worked on here by the clockwork. What's next for our silencer down here? He's got the Yules already. Looks like Hurricane Pike is next, and they've got their eyes on this bot tower. So do they let it fall, or do they... Yeah, they let this fall. Never mind. There's like no hit points left on this tower. Looks like Aeosynth will come forward, though. Try to bully out Six Dog here. Needs to be really careful that the silencer is so strong, and he does so much damage. We've got Villain who's TP'd down here. Ice Blast comes in. They should be able to get the deny on this tower. Yeah, they'll be able to finish it up. They do have some vision over here on the side, so they can keep an eye for the Nyx that's scouting out.
Good deny by them, actually, since they still had Drow and Rubik up in the top lane. It's kind of a 3v4 scenario there.
Ping is coming out here. They realize, alright, they're doing some split pushing. Let's make sure that we make a rotation. Let's not give up any of these tier 2s for free. So we've got 2 people on the side of the Dire. Top lane, 3 on the bot. And it feels like Los Pancakes are kind of doing a lot of responding for the most part right now. But, oh boy, here comes our silencer. He is super fast, super deadly, 18, and he finds himself a Satan. Ice Blast gonna come in. Not gonna be able to land over onto him, but doesn't matter. That's another +2. And now Ari's like, oh no, I definitely do not want this. We'll go ahead, force himself forward, get himself away from this very speedy, very intelligent mage over here.
Another +2 for him.
Yeah, 20 int right now, 21 minutes. Oh, and look at this. They spot Ari over here. Chappie getting into position. Will be able to go use the Vendetta. Throws up the Impale. The Force comes forward, but it's just still going to connect. And that's even more int now thrown over onto Six Dog. Getting closer and closer to this Radiance, too, on this Necrophos.
Yep. And these deaths in the jungle by Drow just taking her out of the game, not giving the aura to her teammates in the meantime, and also just squelching the push. The strategy is definitely on a timer in most cases. It's strongest in the early game. About 35 minutes you'll start seeing it just completely fall off at times.
Well, do you think we start seeing Weaver building more like a core here? Because he does, you know, he's gone for a little bit more utility, but he needs to be careful. I don't know if he can take down Silencer by himself. Yeah, Silencer actually is going to TP himself out here, realizing that there's going to be some movement coming to him. But is that what you do when you've got a Drow strat that's, you know, not quite going the way that you want? Do we start seeing this Weaver transition?
Yeah, probably gets a Desolator or something of that nature after he finishes Hurricane Pike, just giving them some minus armor on the towers, making pushes that much stronger. Might want to actually build a Lincoln's though, because he has to deal with the Necrophos.
Yeah.
So he can just kind of give it to his teammate.
Ice Blast coming up top. Is it going to hit Satan? Yeah, it will connect, and that's going to be even more int put over onto this silencer here. 24.
It's looking scary.
This is very scary.
Radiance is done on the Necrophos. So the man is scary.
I mean, the whole side of the Radiant right now is looking just not very nice to the side of the Dire. You've got, you know, a very intelligent silencer. You've got the Radiance up and running over on the Necrophos. And your team's not really grouping together here on the side of the Dire. You know, it's a scary thing when you've got just, you know, Silencer pretty much by himself for the most part, just running into your jungle and being able to get a double kill.
Yeah, and we're seeing the pressure being applied by the Radiant here.
TP comes out. Ice Blast will connect over onto Villain. Drow doesn't quite hit her Gust, and now they need to be careful because Chappie's just rolling around here looking for any sort of a pick off, any way he can kind of slow people down. In fact, he finds Og, so Og's not going to be able to go and jump in here. Doesn't have that Blink Dagger yet either, but Chappie's going to make sure that he's not going to be able to do much. Turning back around here, they do spot out the AA though. Looks like they should be able to get this kill. Chappie turning back around. They're looking, they do spot him though. They have a sentry ward. Slow coming out, Silence coming out as well. Looks like Sunshine Duck going to get taken down, and now Chappie cannot get himself off of this perch. Will try to get himself some more time, but one more hit coming out from Satan will be able to clean up, and it looks like Silencer is going to be forced back. Radiant's still on. They'll turn around. They'll get the kill on Satan. Fissure coming out here as well. Looks like Six Dog. He's trying really hard to get out here. Puts himself over onto the top. They don't have vision of him. He's going to make it out.
Meanwhile, Necro's just going ham.
Oh, that Silence coming out here. It looks like it's going to be able to take down the Drow Ranger, and they're still giving chase. That's a triple kill being put over onto the Necrophos. Villain and Aosynth going to try to make their way out of here. Necro is such a strong hero. Like, they don't even want to deal with him.
Yeah.
It's 2v1, and they still don't want it.
Committed pretty hard on that fight at the top. And Necro wasn't even there for the majority of it, so just coming in late, was able to take down Satan, Ari, and Og there.
We've almost got that Hurricane Pike completed now over onto Six Dog. Chappie doing a little bit of scouting here, working on a medallion to spot out Villain, doing some of these Ancients. They spot the Clockwork, though, over here onto the side, so... We'll land the Ice Blast over onto Villain. There'll be the Vendetta coming out here, followed up with the Impale. Mana Burn comes in, just trying to be really annoying. Oh, but looks like Sunshine Duck, he's caught himself a Viper yet again here. Throws out the Cogs of Battery Assault, but it's looking a little scary here. They're in the wrong side of the tracks. They'll be able to get the kill, not only onto the Clockwork, but they'll also be able to take out the Nyx Assassin. Nice response coming out here from Ari.
The Viper's really not the hero that they want to go on if you're the Radiant and you just have the clock.
Oh, Og is dead.
This hand slowly. No, he's not going to get him there.
No, I was looking. I was like, oh man, they've only got like 2 seconds before that scythe comes up, but didn't even matter. They're still able to get that burn from the Radiance and, of course, the Death Pulse. It always cracks me up when you're trying to run away and you're just a little bit faster than the Death Pulse. It's just hands chasing after you.
Yeah, you just a race to your well. See if you can get some regen going.
No, Ari's in a little bit of trouble here. He's trying to run himself out. Doesn't quite have that Hurricane Pike yet. Will
No
force himself
TP
forward,
either.
though. There's Villain standing nearby. There's the Force come out, though, from Six Dog. He's hot on pursuit. Can they catch each other in time? There's a nice Silence being thrown out, but I think that was not the right move here. Yeah, it looks like the jump forward. The Viper Strike will come out. Villain's going to try to buy the Drow a little bit more time. The Yules is going to come out as well. Nice stun coming out here from Og. We'll be able to turn back around, do a little bit of kiting, but there's going to be the ultimate coming in. Oh, beautiful hook shot coming out here from Clockwork. They're still going to be able to get this kill, I think, over onto Ari. Yeah, they'll take him down. The Scythe will come out as well. They'll get a kill over onto Villain. The Radiant arrives in force.
Very nice hook shot from Sunshine just to be able to finish off those kills.
And this is pretty crazy too. If we looked at the graph, you know, we saw that bit of a trend around, you know, what would you say, like 8-9 minutes for the side of the Dire. It's very quickly starting to lose control here, going into a 4K lead for the side of Pancake.
Yeah, we just saw that those Pancakes were able to just escape the laning phase without much casualties, and then just been able to roll right here, going on Satan in the jungle.
Heals comes out, tries to buy himself a little bit of time with the purge, but I'm not sure he can get out now. There's just too much damage being thrown out here from the silencer. So what do they need to do to win now for the side of the dart? Because I feel like things are not looking good for them. The silencer is just so smart. The Necrophos, of course, a huge problem. Plus he's got, you know, his Radiance online now. He's got a blink, he's got the Veil, and he's just gonna be trying to like put as much damage over onto Ahri as possible. What do you do?
Well, with the Nyx, with the blink on the Necro, and the A Blast, like, you really can't split push this game at this point in time if you've fallen behind. Your play, kind of, you gotta maybe smoke up, get a pick off. They need Roche. It's something that they really would like to have had at around 18 minutes. So it's still a viable strategy to get that, to just strengthen your team and be able to push again. But yeah, they need that extra life, I think, to be able to push towers and come back in this game.
So how do they get themselves into that pit, though? Do they need to do something like a smoke gank first, try to get a pick off on maybe like the AA? I mean, ideally the silencer is the person you want every time, right?
Yeah, you want to go on the silencer. He does just have, you know, Hurricane Pike in order to get away, so you can kind of maybe lock him down with your Shaker and Rubik. Once you get him down, then, you know, the rest of the supports should be alright, and focusing on the Necro.
Oh, they should be able to spot Chappie over here. I think they're going to try to bait a little bit. They'll back themselves off behind the tower. They have to know that there's someone standing nearby. Satan needs to be very careful. So does Ahri here. Oh, boy, Satan. I feel like this is going to be a dead Satan.
It's looking more and more
it's
like
very,
that.
very dead. Very dead Satan. Oh, they actually walk right past him. There's so much information that this Nyx is giving off here. In fact, he does spot out Satan. Goes for the Impale. Will actually miss it. They'll turn back around. Telekinesis getting thrown out here. It looks like Satan will be able to go ahead, throw up the Yules. They'll still be able to take down the Nyx Assassin here. And now it looks like there's the global silence that they've been looking for. They'll be able to get the kill over out onto the Earthshaker. Follow up, get the kill over onto Drow. Now, Villain trying to run himself out here. This is looking really scary. He's just getting burnt down constantly. Will be able to go ahead, pop his Shrine. They'll turn themselves around. And they didn't even take that Tier 2 quite yet. This is a bit of a dive, I think. They just got so excited because they saw Satan and unfortunately weren't able to get that kill. However, Silencer, if he's paying attention, there is a double damage rune over here that he could pick up. How's the split pushing going on down here? They get anything out of it? Just a little damage on the tower?
Yeah, got a little bit of T2 or T3 damage, but meanwhile he lost his Drow.
Mm-hmm. That's a big chunk of his damage too, is the Drow Aura.
Yeah, without something like a Deso or whatever, he's really not the hero that should be split pushing, although he's kind of the only one that can at this point in time with his Shikuchi as an escape.
Blade Mail's completed now for the Clockwork, and it looks like Necrophos is going to have Ags very, very shortly.
25-second cooldown.
Oh boy, there goes Og. He tries so hard. Like you gotta give him credit. He like ran right at him. Like I'm not afraid to die. Come at me. Yeah. Still gets taken down though, unfortunately for him.
There is no effort reward though.
Oh, the hook shot. They do have the dust. Essence should be able to get out though.
And 36 in on the silencer does go for a blink dagger just to increase the catch on this team even more. Already had the Clockwork and the blink on the Necro, but adding more to the repertoire.
The double damage on him made him look like a Power Ranger. Just all the particles with the the purple and the blue. Just reminded me like the old school oh, what is it called? What is it called in Japanese? I don't remember. This is so long ago.
Asking me Japanese.
I don't know, man. I don't know your life. This hand kind of giving away the position. They do get the dust down over here onto Eos, and he's got the time lapse though. We'll go ahead, throw himself back, try to get himself into the trees, and just hang out. He doesn't have the TP. And that hand actually did give away a little bit of information.
Yeah.
Mid lane looks like Six Dog feeling like something is up here. We'll be able to get the silence. The slow comes out as well. We'll try to grab this invis rune. They don't have detection for this. Oh, the hook shot coming in. We'll be able to trap Drow over here. Pops the mask. Should be able. Oh, all right, that is 843 gold given over to Og. So that feels pretty good right there.
Yeah, Silencer just getting caught out while his team is chasing Innocent down the bottom.
The Mask of Madness cosmetic always throws me off. I was like, I didn't think Ari picked up a Mask of Madness.
Yeah, but he did pick up a Shadow Blade, and that's kind of what allowed him to catch the Silencer there in mid.
You feel like he saw it coming a little bit, right? I felt like with the... What's the word? The retreat? Something felt a little bit off to him, but this would have been a good time for them to go for Roche. I don't know. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, and the Radiant was thinking the same thing. They've been just shooting rocket flares at the whole time, thinking that they're going to lose it, even pinging it out.
Looks like Weaver is making the transition, though. He's working towards that ultimate orb, going for the Lincolns. There's a nice hook shot coming out over onto Og. This poor Og cannot catch a break. Scythe comes out, gets used on him as well. And now Drow Ranger just going to run herself back. Does not want to get caught out here. Satan also coming up the rear. And they'll both...
Beyond godlike streak for the Necro. Topping the leaderboards right now for net worth.
And into the Roche pit they go.
As well.
Meanwhile, looks like Aesynth has found himself a Scoozer. Puts off a couple hits, but doesn't want to dedicate to it because he doesn't know where the side of the Radiant is. And they're going to be getting themselves a taste of immortality soon. I'm guessing this goes on Silencer. Yeah, Silencer has a space here. Grabs that Aegis. And Aesynth just doing whatever he can to kind of keep them in this game. Necrophos, though, does have boots of travel. We'll come to the bot lane here, try to do some D-push. Aesynth decides to back himself off.
Yeah, now it travels online, and I'm sure they're going to have more coming soon. Like the split push that RD2L Kappa is known for, just I don't know about this game.
Hookshot comes out here over onto Satan. They just force him into the cogs here. We'll be able to go ahead, throw him up into the air. Can they get... Yeah, they'll be able to take down the Aegis over here onto the side. They do lose the Clockwork as well as the Satan. There's the blink forward. Can they find him? He's going to try to juke around the trees. They do spot him out over onto the side. The rest of the team, though, showing up. They have to be really careful here. They don't have the Rubik. Granted, they don't have the Clockwork as well, but Og now in a lot of trouble. He's getting burnt down here. Scythe gets used. It'll actually be the Silencer who gets the killing blow. And they do spot out the Weaver over here on the side as he Shikuchi's through. But there's no Aegis now for the side of Los Pancakes, so. Plus the Silencer ulti is now... How long is that down for? 97, 96 seconds or so? This might be a good time for them to try to get the jump. Yeah, in fact, there goes Ari. Ari, he's spotted out Six Dog here. We'll go ahead. They'll force staff themselves forward. Try to get that slow out. There is a couple people standing nearby here. The Silence will come out, and they're just going to try to fight each other down here. Nice stun coming out from the side of Chappie. Can they get the Silencer? They still have not taken him down. He's going to be able to run himself out. They're still looking for him over here onto the side. Six Dog just running around the corner, juking, breaking some ankles, and they don't have detection for him either. This is actually pretty ridiculous. They'll re-engage over here onto the side, over onto Aesynth, and Villain, you know, he pops that pipe, but I don't know if he's going to be able to get out of this. He's got the Dragon Lance. He can go ahead, throw himself forward if needed, but...
And the Necros TP'd himself in as well.
Oh, and he's got his eyes over on Satan. Satan's going to try to run himself back. They use the Viper Strike. Fissure comes in as well. Six Dog, though, this guy just will not die. After that Aegis gets popped, he's back with a vengeance. That was actually so ridiculous, just because they didn't have the detection, too. That's like the worst part, when you get really close to a kill and then you just don't have the dust on you. And they just walk out.
Yeah, it was the best initiation that they could have hoped for from RD2L Kappa, just seeing the Silencer a bit by himself, but having a Yules, having a Shadow Blade, and a Blink Dagger, he's, you know, pretty hard to kill.
So it looks like RE first pick Kappa are going to be tied up into this base. It's pretty spooky for them to go out. They've got a lot of Shadow Blades on the side of the Radiant.
And this is when you're feeling really bad as a drow strategy, just locked in your own base waiting for the other team to push. This is not what you want to be doing at 38 minutes in the game.
Lift comes out here over onto Silencer. Will they be able to get a kill? Fissure comes out as well. Does stun up. There's going to be a nice Ice Blast getting thrown and will connect over onto 3 heroes. The dunk comes out, but unfortunately it doesn't. Nothing happens. He's not able to get further in. Ooh.
The Ice Blast
Poor
just
Og,
came in,
yeah,
puts
just
his, dagger on cooldown.
Just the right second there, unfortunately, for the side of the Dire. Mana Burn coming out here over onto Villain. Goes ahead, pops his wand. This is so maddening. The Silencer's been sitting below half health this entire time, and they just cannot touch him. They can't get close enough.
Yeah, showing he's not afraid.
Just constant heals getting pumped out here by the Necrophos as well. And you look at Sunshine Duck. He's looking for an opening. He's had some really nice follow-up initiations as they jump over onto Six Dog or whatnot, so...
And Satan opting for the Yules, he doesn't really have that Blink Dagger initiation that maybe they would want to go to if this low HP Silencer is out of position.
Ice Blast comes in. Doesn't connect. Yules gets used by Satan just to purge off that attack. Fissure comes in, does land over onto Sunshine Duck, but looks like the TP comes out from the Necrophos. This might be their time. This is their opening. They forced a TP out. Weaver now here in the bot lane. Oh, they have the sentry. They turn back around. The dust comes out. Looks like Satan was looking really, really scared there. The hookshot comes in. Trying to buy a little bit of time here over Violent, putting out as much damage as possible. There's going to be the jump forward from Og. He throws out the enchant totem, trying to slow them down, trying to do some stun locking. Oh, but Six Dog, look at how hard he's hitting. That's even more in turning out onto him. Are you going to be able to get a kill, though, over onto the Nyx Assassin? The side comes out, doesn't quite finish up, though, over onto Sunshine Duck, and the buyback comes out from the Nyx Assassin. So it was a good steal from Satan, but unfortunately just not enough damage here at this time. He's got to pop that wand. He's toast.
Buyback on the Nyx to just counter the split push by the Weaver, not in that fight. But it's the Radiant who are chipping away at this T3 and even at the Rex.
Buyback coming out here from Villain. Ari gonna have to run himself back. They do have the jump forward. There's going to be follow-up from the Weaver here. Get the scythe off over onto Ari. Ari doesn't have buybacks. This is actually so scary. And they can't close the gap over here onto Six Dog. They're just getting all of these kills, still chipping down over onto Villain. If they get this kill, it's going to be at least 2 racks. Yeah, he's going to get taken down. So there's no buyback on Ari. There's no buyback on Viper or Weaver. This is easily 2 racks. If they get some more kills here, this is PGG. Yeah, I was about to say. I don't like to give up hope. But yeah, especially with those last 2 deaths, definitely. GG, well played. That silencer was a huge problem for the side of RE first pick Kappa.
Yeah, very well done by them. As I said, got the laning phase pretty well, not much damage done. And then in the mid game, we're able to just kind of take over.
I feel like the Drow strat just never really got going for the side of RE's team. And they tried to put a lot of pressure, I feel like, on mid. And despite all that, like, they put so much pressure over into mid, and Ari was able to get quite a bit of farm in that top lane. It just didn't end up working out for them. What went wrong there, do you think, Max?
Yeah, I think I started commenting on it at around 8-9 minutes. Just Ari farming top, just kind of not able to get into the enemy's safe lane to take the tower early enough. And then at 18 minutes, they weren't able to get Roche either. So you just kind of see that those Pancakes were making the rotations that they needed, keeping their lanes out and not allowing the Dire to just kind of mow them down and show their true strength in the early game. So just able to get the
All right, guys, welcome back. This is RD2L Season 12. This is game number 2 of Los Pancakes versus RA First Pick Kappa. First game of the series went over to the side of Los Pancakes with a particularly terrifying silencer who's clearly gone to grad school and got his doctorate during that last game, and a Necrophos that just started balling out of control here and getting a lot of really nice sights. In fact, we're going to see that RA First Pick Kappa ban out that silencer after being very heavily bullied by him early on. But I'm your caster Moxie. I'm joined with the wonderful Mike Mags here, and we're excited to bring you game number 2.
Yep, we're going to see a Underlord ban again for game 2. RA's First Pick Kappa are now 0-2 with that hero being banned. And temporarily now we have a new leader for EST Monday after Los Pancakes take that first game.
That's right. They were all tied up before that, so Los Pancakes, showing some muscle here. Taking top spot. Can RA First Pick Kappa even this out and still bring it to yet another tie? Or are they going to be the new reigning champs?
Yeah, and I think Los Pancakes demonstrated that they knew what it took to take on this RA First Pick Kappa team, banning out the Underlord and picking heroes that can kind of catch the pick off, or that can pick off the split pushing heroes that RA First Pick Kappa kind of employed, having that Weaver down the bottom lane. You just kind of throw a Nyx Assassin and AA ult on top of that, and also getting some travels on their Necrophos. So RA might have a little bit of thinking to do on how they want to adapt, knowing that their opponent kind of has specced out their strategies so far.
I feel like they've got to realize that this was coming at some point, because they've picked up that Underlord so many times that it's been, quite a problem, actually. So they have to figure at some point it's going to get banned. What do we do when that happens? But the Earthshaker pickup, this is one of the top contested heroes for these two teams, obviously. You've got the Earthshaker was picked up in game number 1 versus Los Pancakes on the side of Ari. And Los Pancakes also, they pick it up right away. We've talked about, there's not a lot of great offlaners currently in the pool. And Earthshaker is definitely one of those great heroes. Also can be run as a position 4 if you want to start roaming around. So a nice way to open up your draft. Clockwork going to get picked up for the side of RA First Pick as well. I'm not sure if that's going to be Og or Aosynth playing that. But again, another kind of flexible pick coming out from the side of both of these teams.
In last game, we saw the complete opposite of this. Shaker being taken by RA First Pick Kappa, and then the immediate Clockwork pick by Los Pancakes. It still is a good counter to the Shaker. And then Pancakes followed this up with the Silencer, which is now banned this game.
It's a nice way. What's that?
Yeah, if you're on the side of Ari, they picked their Viper here, and that's where we saw the Silencer pick. It kind of went to town on that lane, so...
I don't know if you pick up the Viper again. I'm not sure. I mean, definitely you want to make sure that you can keep Six Dog down. You don't want to let him get out of control here. And they actually pick up the Lich, so I'm wondering if they're going to send him mid to make sure that he's denying a lot of that experience from the mid. Another way trying to keep him down. Ice Armor obviously is fantastic as well. And the Chain Frost gives you quite a bit of team fight. But we do see some more roaming coming out here from the side of Los Pancakes. We've got the Night Stalker, and that's another hero they played quite a bit of in the past with a 100% win rate. So that'll be pretty scary that first night cycle. Lich gonna have to make sure he's got himself a buddy.
Yeah, as we talked about for the first game, the lane to watch is that mid matchup, the 6K going against the 5K. And in the first game, I thought they picked the Viper early to kind of secure their midder's role, but we saw that get countered by the sensor. So this game looks like they're picking the Lich to help out that lane as well, because that is their most contested lane that they need to find a way to put in their favor if they want to just take this game too.
I guess what I'm interested to see here is that's a lot of resources that they're going to be devoting towards that mid lane. Is that going to cause problems then for, Villain and Ari in their own lane? I mean, last game we saw they put a lot of resources over into mid. Ari had a perfectly fine time getting what he needed, had great CS, but of course they just weren't able to find that footing to start pushing down towers. And then, we saw some problems coming out for Aosynth as well in that off lane with the Weaver. He got a nice kill early, but then they weren't able to put a ton of pressure over onto that Necrophos either.
Yep. The strategy has always been get your 4 players farmed enough that they can kind of go about the map by themselves while Ari, split pushes down towers. So putting the Lich down in mid does take away from his lane, so I could see him going for, in the past he's kind of gone for like a Clinks, just something that can hold its own in its lane.
And it looks like they're trying to figure out what they want here. They do ban out the Necrophos though. We see the ban on the Veno in phase 1 as well. I think that's pretty smart. Those are very, very strong heroes. The Monkey King is something that Pancakes has played in the past and can cause a lot of problems. When you've got this Monkey King ulti followed up with an Earthshaker dunk, you definitely don't want to be in the middle of that. But, interested to see what Satan wants to draft for this next hero. Looks like it's gonna be Ari's Clinks.
Yeah, as we talked about, I predict that the Lich is going to be going out to help mid, and Clinks is just a hero that Ari's known for picking to give him that safe lane advantage. Just, idle in his lane, chip away at the offlaner, and then take a tower as soon as he leaves.
No, this will give them some options for doing some split pushing, although I'm pretty sure that Pancakes, again, probably know that they like that split push, and they're actually going to go for the Shadow Shaman. This is a great support right now. He's got very high base damage, so he's able to harass pretty well in lane. He's got 2 different disables, and he provides team fight and tower pushing potential, so that's going to be a little bit of an issue, I think, for Ari here, because even if he tries to split push, I don't think he's going to be able to outsplit push a Shadow Shaman and the rest of the team of Pancakes if they're dedicated.
Yep, and you can't forget that Radiant already have a Night Stalker on their team, so he's going to just be popping darkness, and he's going to be a nightmare for this Clinks. He can just come from the side, have some dust, and just kind of, track him down that way.
Now with this pickup of the Faceless Void here, normally, we'd be seeing Ari running the Clinks. Are we going to see possibly a switch up here with the lanes? I know Faceless Void not really favored into the off lane any longer. Do we see someone picking up the Void, playing it safe lane, sending Clinks into the mid role here? Or do we see, the Faceless Void actually being sent off into the off lane?
So they have in the past actually ran Ari mid on the Clinks to give the safe lane to Villain on a different hero. So it can very well be what they want to do here today. I think it was, looking back at the match history, they had... they actually... it was a mid-Clinks that time as well, so definitely in their repertoire, I'll say.
Man, this Pugna, I've been seeing so much of him in my games, and he just drives me nuts because he just slows you down so much. That life drain has a huge range on it, so if he's able to stick outside of this chronosphere, he's going to be able to put a lot of pressure over onto the Void. He's going to be able to decrepify as well, so he can't get any hits off. It's going to cause some problems for the side of the Dire, especially with, again, that Nether Ward. This little guy, I love Pugna. I'm a big fan of it. For whatever reason, I still don't have a great win rate with this particular hero, even though he's, really strong currently. But just kind of a nasty hero right now to deal with.
So I did pull up that game in the past. They had the mid clinks, a safe lane weaver, and an off lane void. So we
Okay.
are seeing
Could see
a void
another
here.
Weaver pickup then? It's still...
Yeah, that could be, but not sure if they want to do this very same. But
Mhm.
talking about Pugna though, as you said, life drain and nuisance in the chrono, but also you can just decrepify him, just make him not hit people or decrepify his target. So
Or if they're
can
sitting low
very
already, you can follow up by using that life drain as a injection of health into whoever's stuck in that chronosphere as well. So
Yep.
problematic little hero. Interested to see if they're where they're going to be sending him as well. Also, you have to keep in mind too the Rod of Atos having a huge range now. Just works so fantastically with Pugna being able to hold his prey in place. So that's something that the hero has struggled with before in the past. Decrepify, of course, slowing down his target, but being able to just have nice lockdown, whether it's, the Shadow Shaman throwing it down or the Pugna being able to use his own items. Also, just a nice little buff to this hero. But the Bloodseeker pickup for the side of list, Pancakes, that's pretty scary because if Clinks is low enough, it doesn't matter. He can't get away. They will find him. There will be a very speedy Bloodsucker running up at him.
And looking at the history for Los Pancakes, they have a past game of the mid Pugna and a Chappie Bloodseeker with a Sunshine or Shaker. So getting 3 heroes there from our prior match that they've had.
I'm laughing when you say that just because of the fact that this is an offlane void. All right. No, the last time that I cast someone named Chappie playing Bloodseeker, it looks like it's gonna be M. John actually playing it, but last time I saw that was actually an Empire match, and he just ran over. I think it was Penta. That Bloodseeker was disgusting. He took people down 2 hits at a certain point. But yeah, so we're gonna see Villain on the sniper. Aosynth will be playing the off lane. Jesus Void, Ari on his signature Clinks. I think, if I remember correctly, I've seen Og play this Clockwork, and he did a lot of work on it before. So, hoping that, he can pull that off again. We can get a nice 1-1 series for this game number 2. But definitely a lot of pressure going to be put on them coming out from the side of Los Pancakes. The Pugna, of course, we've already discussed, is a huge problem lately. You've got really nice Disable coming out from the side of the Shadow Shaman. Sunshine Duck has the... Og just keeps grabbing dinner during drafting phase, apparently. Sunshine Duck has the Earthshaker for nice lockdown. And just a lot of pressure is going to be placed out with Night Stalker starting at that 4-minute mark. But we're here. We're game number 2. This is going to be a big deal, guys. If Los Pancakes can clinch this out, they become the top team for RD2L Monday evenings.
Yeah,
Hope
and I
you
think
listen to.
they'll be the team to watch. Sorry about that.
No problem. No, I'm sorry. I'm just laughing at the all chat. I like it.
All right,
This
so
is
game is resumed, though.
It's a scary
Last
lane, I
dinner.
feel like, right? For Aosynth to go into with all these disables.
Oh yeah, you're gonna get shackled, and you're not gonna be able to time walk very much damage with that. And then you have a Bloodseeker, which doesn't really trade well with him. He can just regen the life that you hit off of him with Blood Rage. So pretty scary lane for him. They do have the Clock Clinks lane, which is a pretty big nightmare for the Shaker though if he gets caught in cogs. So the off lane is back to being called the hard lane for both teams this game.
We do actually see a smoke coming out early. They do have Earthshaker standing right top here. Smoke will pop. And it looks like he just doesn't want to have to deal with it. Does run himself back. They get into position of trying to grab this rune.
I'm not sure if he even saw. He was kind of going downhill when they did it, so this might be a surprise for this Pugna.
Surprise! There's an Og here. Where's the taunt, Og? Aw, missed opportunity. I can't wait till every single one of these heroes has a taunt. I want to be the guy who's at Valve who gets to make the decision of what it's going to be. I feel like that'd be a great job.
Right, so we have this Sniper versus Pugna.
It's gonna get taken down immediately. Yeah, Scoozer, he sees that ward, immediately takes it down. We've talked about this matchup, right? Oh, the courier! He's so fast, he's gonna get it. Lane secured, alright.
Oh, the item drop.
Yup, the BM.
Oh, man. He's failing at this game.
I mean, this hero is really, really strong. And again, we've talked about this before with, you know, having a little bit of range on the sniper, but Pugna's so speedy. He can just run up right next to him, throw down that another blast, and then just run away too. So,
Yeah. And I do recall the last time we looked at the Pugna went for the blast first. And I had talked about that I saw in some higher level games getting Decrepify first and canceling out his CS. And he kind of did that a little bit right there, which is just so annoying.
now, not a lot of regen though currently running on this Pugna. He's actually going to send himself out a salve to deal with it, but lots of damage getting pushed out over onto Villain as well now. Bit of pincering action coming out here on the bot lane. Chappie finds himself an Aeosynth over here on the corner. Just going to trade a couple hits here. Nothing too crazy. Satan going to have to push himself back. And they're trying to take away experience from the spot lane.
Yep, we were thinking about maybe Lich going into the middle lane, but picking the sniper, someone who can definitely hold his own a bit better, and so they send it down to help out Aeosynth, which, as we did say, has his hard lane against this.
Oh, Chappie gets the rune too.
Where's the item drop?
I think we'll leave those to Pugna, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I think it was Ramses in one of the Empire games that I was covering. At the end of each one, he just dropped all of his items. Forge and I started laughing too because he dropped. Yeah, there's again the item drop over here on the side. Just Villain, you know, he's trying his best over here. Throws out some shrapnel. He's just struggling against this little green guy. Bottom lane. Like, again, oh, that's so much damage, that ether shot coming out from Shadow Shaman early. They're holding their own down here, but it's definitely not a fun lane for Aeosynth. He's getting no CS at all. He's got like 2, I think. And he's just constantly, you know, getting pushed back by these other 2 heroes. Level 2 right now on the Night Stalker. And Scoozer, level 2 as well. They do a bit of pincering here. Satan needs to be careful though, because if he gets locked down, that's pretty scary. Yeah, Satan, they're going to go for the dive, I think. They need one more hit over here that will be able to get first blood in the bot lane. Satan gets taken out. Aeosynth now also in trouble, too. He doesn't have his Q. They will get the kill, though, over onto the Bloodseeker. And now Chappie trying to run himself out. Now they do have that Q very, very shortly. If he can close the distance, get one more hit off over onto him. Can he get the denial off? This Night Stalker, man, is ballsy. Yeah, he's going to go for the denial. One more hit. Denied.
Nice little dive to get the first blood. I do want to see this Shadow Shaman pulling a bit more, because when you're dealing with a Lich, he's going to be sapping experience, and if you're going to just run this lane, you want to recuperate by getting some pulls, denying some to the enemy, so get over there to your pulls, Mr. Rasta Scoozer.
Well, I do have a nice ward over here on the side, too, that we'll be able to keep tabs on him. It's nighttime, though. We've got a Night Stalker making his way over here to the bot rune spot. We'll be able to grab it, and Villain needs to be careful here. There's a lot of Night Stalkers running right at his face. He goes, he sends his illusions. We'll just go grab himself this bounty rune and put a little pressure over here on Villain. Villain's got to be feeling a little nervous right now. Do have Og standing nearby, though, in case any sort of a gank comes out. They'll be able to jump forward, provide some backup, but here we go. Here comes the Night Stalker, and Villain has to know that this was coming here. We'll be able to throw some shrapnel charges out, try to run himself back. Looks like now Og coming around the corner does spot out 6-Dog here. Can they get this kill? They've got Cogs if they can just catch up a little bit. Yeah, they'll be able to grab him here. There's a lot of damage coming out, though. Can they get this kill? They will be able to do it. The Decrepify, unfortunately, not going to save him.
And Night Stalker not able to get the body block off with his illusion rune either, so Sniper getting away, and they get the nice turn on the Pugna.
And was that an intentional where he grouped his one of his illusions with him, so it looked like they were both illusions? Although bot lane Lich Lich in a little bit of trouble. Satan gonna have to move back. They'll still be able to get it with that final nuke. Og grabs out the cogs here. We'll try to put some damage out, but I think Og's actually dead. Yeah, Og's actually dead. Gives the kill over onto Scoozer.
I'm continuously surprised by the damage that Arasta does with no items whatsoever. 8 right-click damage.
The Krep coming out again over here onto Villain. Oh, it's so close, but this is a very speedy Bloodseeker right now. He does have the extra burst coming out here from Thirst. And still providing lots of village in here for Six Dog. Clockwork standing nearby over here. They shrine together. He's all smoked up though, so if Six Dog tried to do anything too crazy here, there would be follow-up. Assassinate comes out. Og coming into position. Will come around the corner. Smoke's gonna pop. Jumps forward over onto Pugna. Now they do have Chappie standing nearby. Og getting into position again. It's not gonna be able to get that silence off. There's the Crepify slowing him down even more. The Life Drain coming in. Scoozer's making a rotation as well. Og sitting very, very low here. We'll go ahead, use his cogs, try to buy himself some more time. But look, Chappie's coming around the corner. He's gonna get chipped down here by Villain. Doesn't have the mana to do that void like he wants. And Scoozer actually, oh, he spots himself. What's happening? Scoozer? Question mark?
He's waiting for Pugna to bottle it, but nope, gonna die.
I don't know. I feel like that's one of those moments where you actually grab that haste rune and then just... Oh, I guess he was really low on mana too.
Yeah.
I would have liked to see them turn that around and possibly get a kill on the sniper, but that makes sense if he didn't have mana. And during all this, again, Ahri... He's got a lot of space here in this top lane. Not top of the CS, but of course it is a Pugna. Another blast doing quite a bit of wave clear.
He does find himself top of the net worth graph, though, so having a better game, I think, than last. Especially since you see him now in this game, he's by himself. His supports, they're rotating. This is what they're kind of used to doing. This is their normal game plan here.
Oh, a bash comes out here on bottom. He's going to try to bully this Bloodseeker a little bit further back. Mid lane, though, there's a lot of pincer action. They'll be able to get the kill over onto Villain again. One more hit on the tower. And that belongs to Pugna.
First of many for him, I think.
I said again, I'm sorry. Sorry, Villain. That was your first death. I thought for some reason that with all the pressure that was being put onto you into mid, I thought that was the second one. That is my bad.
Shade to Satan.
Nah.
But he does have 2 deaths, so we're fine.
Bot lane. Rotation coming out here from Chappie. They've got their eyes over onto Satan. They'll turn this around though. Og is now here bottom. They're looking to grab Chappie. He does have a TP. I don't think he wants to try to go out, though. He knows that Og is standing nearby somewhere in these trees. In fact, they find him. They get the cogs out. And while all this is going down, they get a kill over onto Ahri in the top lane. There's 2 people stuck in these cogs. Chappie trying to get himself out here. They just need one more hit to take him down. It looks like Satan will be able to get it. But they did lose... They lost Ahri in the top lane. What happened there? Was there an invis or something on the Pugna?
Rotation, it looks like. So Sunshine did lose his life, but looks like they were able to go top and take him out.
It just seems crazy that Ahri wasn't able to get himself out in time. This tower is just going down so quickly here. There's a jump forward. This life drain, look at it. Plus the Decrepify, it just makes him so slow.
He died, but you can just kind of take a third of his HP. Just like that.
Yeah. What a hero.
Needs buffs. Seeing phase boots out on Og. It's interesting.
Gotta go fast.
Yeah. In the first attempt when they killed the Pugna, he had boots. Pugna did not, so he had an advantage there. But now that Pugna has boots, he's ahead. But now, if the arms race continues, the phase boots on the clock allows him to catch up with there. So actually, pretty good decision making from him, I think.
A little bit of a dive coming out here. The TPs will come out as well. Pugna turns around the corner. We'll be able to get a kill over onto Og. Nice TP coming out from Six Dog here.
Oh, can't catch the Pugna if you're dead.
Nope. feel like right now, Los Pancakes really are controlling the tempo of this game. What are your thoughts on this?
I think, yeah, this Pugna is a problem, and yeah, Og going down again.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
But we are seeing doing Ari do Ari things. So like this tower could go down. He's got the Desolator queued up in the pit there, so his team might be behind, but if they can kind of give him space, he might be able to reclaim the game for them, taking some nice split push action. So that's what we'll be looking for in the coming minutes.
What do you think we see something like a smoke over on the Void, try to get a chrono in and have a rotation come out from the rest of the team?
Yeah, they're gonna wanna do that, and we actually Ray and down.
Oh my
to bottom lane.
gosh.
Probably
There
gonna do
goes-
that in a few seconds.
Look at the pressure that they're placing over here on this tower, too. This is absolutely ridiculous here. Looks like Shadow Shaman's going to get his 6 very, very shortly. They do have to jump down here over onto Bloodseeker. He just can't get himself out of the cog, so that's a nice kill going over to the side of Ari first pick Kappa. As something that they pretty desperately needed.
Yep, and unlike the Drow game, as I was talking about, after you take this T1, you want to take the safe lane T1 as soon as possible. So Ari took the top T1, went to base, came back, and there he is. So this is a bit better map movement by them this game.
Yeah, since having to pick up that casual Morbid mask just to stay in lane if they'll be harassed coming out here. Poor Villain has had a very difficult lane as well, just constantly getting bullied by Pugna. Bottom tower will go down though in the meanwhile. I gotta stop saying that. I say that way too often. What's a good alternative for me to say, Max?
I don't know.
Oh boy. Oh, Og. Og's dead. Og's dead.
Yeah,
I'm waiting for this Pugna. Yep.
and it's been the Pugna killing him like the past 3 times in a row as well. So he's, I don't know, if he's not thinking about it, he might be. If he is, he might be a little triggered at this point.
Oh, I would be
Because
super
Pugna just
triggered.
seems to be following him.
Well, he was hiding over into the tree line. Like, there was no way to really see him. It was just really nice positioning coming out from Six Dog here.
And wards used, top D2 down. So another tower for them.
Villain's gonna hightail it out. Does not want to get caught out here by this Pugna. Or any of their team, to be quite honest. But yeah, Pugna sitting at 6.7k net worth, followed by Ari, 5.7.
Yeah, this Bloodseeker's been a little bit quiet actually. If I just want to point that out, I haven't really seen him just joining his team as they're taking towers, just rupturing people. But that's not necessarily a bad thing if they're up 4k and still able to execute their game plan.
I felt like that happened in game number 1 with the Necrophos though too. Like, he kind of just hung out in lane, did a lot of farming, had plenty of space obviously because the Silencer was just running amok. So maybe that's part of like their strategy, is that they know that they can count on Six Dog here to make a lot of space. Clockwork coming in, he doesn't quite land that hook. Ari's standing nearby. They use the dust. Doesn't connect over on the Pugna, and now Satan is very, very dead here. They're playing with their food a little bit too. Feels bad, man.
Yeah. I guess you could see kind of the parallels in the playstyles in that way. You have one player for the Radiant just trying to make space while they have this other guy, in this case, just farming away, and then comes out with, lasting a Radiance on Necro, starts dominating the game. So Pugna definitely being a nuisance.
Ari grabs that double damage and will be looking for a kill. There is an Earthshaker here in the bot lane. This could be a really nice pickup for him. We'll go ahead, Deathpack that Wild Wing, come around the corner. I don't think that Sunshine Duck is aware of what's about to come in here. And they'll just go ahead, they'll use the Strafe. One more hit. That double damage being able to help out quite a bit, but a lot of movement
Choosing
coming.
not to use the Chrono there.
I don't think they needed it.
Yeah.
This is
sometimes you might
scary
see them
though.
use it just because they're down by so much and they want to secure a kill. But
Oh, Og.
and on the neutrals, and they spawn the skeletons too.
Just oh my goodness.
So Ari does have his Deso. It's in his stash. See him pick it up the next time he returns to base or sends a courier out. And, you know, that's, despite this being a bit bleak, down 5k, that's kind of the game plan that they're going with in order to get back into this.
I mean, a good chronosphere, if they try to go high ground, could make a huge difference for the side of Ari first pick Kappa, but, you know, those Pancakes are smart. They know that they've TP'd back. They don't want to take this fight. They're getting really great pickoffs. I mean, that's kind of what this Pugna's been doing, is just finding himself, you know, someone who's a little out of position and making them pay for it, so.
Yeah. We have talked about it, though. In the draft, they do have the Pugna, who has picked up a Blink Dagger and an Aether Lens, so just a lot more strength added to him to, number one, dodge the Chrono, and then to just mess with it if he catches someone else. They also have a Shaker, who we've seen in prior games, just, you know, disrupts the entire Chrono by fishing, so.
Oh, boy. Decrepify gonna buy him a little bit of time, but that stun coming in will be able to get the kill, and that's 787 gold going over onto to Og. He's gotta feel pretty happy getting that kill on the Pugna. I'm sure he is sick of Six Dog there.
I'm sure they wanted to get it on a core instead, but just getting the kill in general, you know,
it's huge
value for them.
Absolutely. Ari making his way around. Looks like he wanted to see if he could find himself a bounty rune. Will actually run into Chappie over here. He does have dust though, so he needs to make this really quick if he's gonna go for a kill, but backs himself off. Just smart. We do have the Blink Dagger now up and running over on Sunshine Duck.
Yeah, this Blink Dagger, we have a smoke on the Rasta as well, so might just want to push out this lane.
Oh no! Ari's just gonna try to TP himself out. Can he get out fast enough? Yeah, he will be able to get out just in the nick of time there. When you can't 1v1 a Pugna.
Yeah. I do want to see a smoke play come out from Radiant now that they have the Blink Dagger on Shaker. So.
Yeah, that'll be a big reveal. Hex coming out here is still going to be able to stun up quite a bit. He actually uses his wards, and is it going to be able to get a kill? That's actually a big opening for them. It's a little less lockdown that they have to deal with. They've got the ultimates. The Rupture comes out over here onto Og. He's just going to go ahead, TP himself out. Looks like they feel like they know where Ari is. There's a nice Chronosphere coming out over here onto the side, but still going to lose Satan, it looks like, on the backside. Chappie goes down. Ari going to have to go ahead. They have the dust, though. Again, Six Dog. They'll get a kill. And now Villain gets the kill over onto Sunshine Duck. He needs to be really careful here. Doesn't have a Force Staff quite yet. Just has that Dragon Lance. Gonna go and hide himself behind his tower. Although the Decrepify coming out here. This is looking really scary. Silence comes out as well with that Blood Right. It looks like Villain trying to juke himself into these trees, but Six Dog still sees him. One last auto click.
Thirst. So yeah, we saw a nice pick on the Rasta, getting him to drop his wards, but then immediately a counterfight won by the Radiant to maintain their lead.
Oh, the hook shot not going to connect over onto Six Dog, but now he knows exactly where he is. He's looking mighty hungry here over at the Clockwork.
There's just no fear in this Pugna. Just
I mean, would you be afraid?
On top of their shrine.
You gotta be feeling really good right now. Yeah, look at him. He just dives right behind, finds himself a Lich. Will be able to get the kill over onto Sunshine Duck. Couple bounces coming out, but not going to be able to get that kill. Clockwork fighting for his life. Has that blade mail over here. The Silence comes out as well. The Decrep coming out. He's going to try to juke himself away. And they just focus right back over here onto this tower. They've got the Sentry Ward down in case Clinks decides to show up. And Ari's not even going to show up to this fight. He knows that he's not going to be able to do it.
Yeah, and usually at this point when there's just kind of a semi-drawn-out fight like that, we can just turn and say, you know, and at the top lane, Ari's taking a tower. But in this case, he's farming jungle and just trying to maintain the equilibrium.
It's a dead villain. Yeah. This Pugna, oh my goodness.
And they're not getting the trades that they need for this. Like, this top 2-2 should be contested if they're going to take these kills on that bot lane.
Ari looks like he's realized, okay, I got to get something done here. Turns around. Just gonna put as much damage as he can onto this tower. There's Pugna though. Again, he turns around. He's caught that vision being close in now, but Og will be able to come in with the cogs. This is still, I think, a very dead Og if he's not careful. We'll just go ahead, take down one of his cogs, try to juke himself around here. Mjon, he's looking for the opening. He's not gonna be able to get himself out. Tries to go for the denial. Still gonna get taken down by 6 Dog. He's 10, 2, and 4 on this little Pugna. Holy cow. Oh, the blink forward. They find themselves a Satan. Can they get this kill? Decrepify coming out. 6 Dogs. Yeah, he's back. Ari coming forward. They almost got that kill over there on Chappie, but dust comes out from Scoozer. When this Pugna gets his Ags, it's going to be insane. It is just going to be so hard for them to kill him, and also so hard to get away from him, because he's just going to nonstop be just life draining everyone and their mum here.
There's already so much action that I'm finding it hard to comment on builds and strategies, but when he gets that eggs, it'll get even worse. So, looking at the Bloodseeker, he went for a Force Staff, then immediately travels. So, an interesting build coming out of him. Looks like he's itemizing directly to counter any sort of split push shenanigans that our first pick Kappa can do. So,
I mean, that's smart.
Yeah, I mean, they really did their homework on this team, and they're executing.
This is the could be such a good chrono. They spot him though immediately. They throw the silence out. Yeah, there's the force on top of it. They just want to get Void just out of here. Yeah, he just pops like a zit. Big dunk coming out from Sunshine. We'll be able to get the kill over onto Satan. Looks like Og, he took some damage from it, but was able to get himself out fast enough. And Ari he really can't do much of anything right now. He's kind of pinned in the base. All the waves are pushed in. Echo slams down, but...
Top of the Pugna Nether Blast.
Oh, that's gross. Look at that.
This eats towers. Wow, 685, 435.
Look at this range. Like, look how far... He doesn't even have to be in the high ground. He just keeps throwing out the Nether Blast. They just evaporate it.
Yeah, Ari's going for a T1 mid, but so what?
So what? Yeah, they're in your base. They're taking racks. Hookshot comes in. Can they grab Scoozer in time? No, there's a fissure. Og is now stuck in his own cog. Scoozer just kind of holding on here. Looks like they'll be able to take down Faceless Void. He just can't get a Chronosphere off. He's gotten maybe one off this entire time. And the rest of the side of the Dire are going to have to hide themselves here. Mjon, he's got a lot of thirst right now because of the clockwork that's super duper low. I don't know how they deal with this. Ari turns around, should be able to get the kill over onto the Night Stalker, but there's a jump forward from Pugna. They actually TPs himself home into the Zaze. Mjon now on the run. Ari, they do have that. They have the sentry. They can turn back around here. Looks like the Blade Mail comes out here over onto Og. We'll force them back a little bit. Fissure coming out. This Nether Blast has such a huge range. Assassinate. They're just trying to get him out of their base. They say, get out of here, 6 Dog. We don't want this. We don't want any more of this shenanigans in our base.
Barracks are already down, and they're just choosing to stick around for some more kills if they can get any. Just showing the confidence on the Radiant right now, up 11k.
I mean, this Pugna is so strong.
And about to get stronger. Ags is in his stead.
Oh boy. I feel like the best way that the side of the Dire can maybe get back into this is get a smoke and get a pick off, possibly on the Pugna with a Chronosphere, but like that's so much resources that you have to dedicate to just taking down this one little guy, and he's such a threat. Look at him, he's just running around through their jungle. Faceless Void is nearby. You can easily just take him down here.
And he is playing extremely confident, and you know, rightfully so. He's been dominating this game, but that does allow our first pick at Kappa to maybe get that smoke gank off.
Kill on the courier. And it looks like Night Stalker actually, oh no, the life drain coming out over onto the Clinks. They're still gonna be able to take him down. They don't take down the life. There's a nice chrono coming out here, but it's over onto the Bloodseeker. They can't finish off. They don't have enough damage. Everybody is going after someone else on the side of the Dire. That's not how you want to take that fight. Bloodseeker was sitting really, really low during all of that, and I think if Lich had been had been close by, like to throw out like a Frost Blast or something like that, they'd have just enough damage to get it all done. But because Ari was on the other side of those Ancients, and was a little bit, I don't want to say he's out of position because he did get the kill on the courier. He was exactly where he wanted to be, but when the fight broke out, I don't think that's where he wanted that fight.
And he was going after the Night Stalker, almost taking him down, but then Six Dog just giving him the life that he needed to stay alive there. So.
Yeah, look at him. He's not even focusing over onto buildings. He jumps forward. He's got the axe. He says, yeah, you can run, buddy. You can't hide. I'm going to come for you.
He's just leaving the roster wards to take the barracks. He's going for the kills.
Quick shot coming in here from Og. They will be able to get the Assassinate off. Lots of bounces here. This could be pretty good for the side of the Dire. They're going to be able to take down the Shadow Shaman. A couple more bounces. Is Chappie actually going to be able to make it out? No, they're actually take him down. Nice bounces coming out. Ari is now ruptured, and he can't do anything. Like, no matter what he does, he's just going to get taken down. There's a big Echo Slam coming out from Tuck. We'll be able to take down... Oh, yeah, they'll be able to take down the Faceless Void from this, and he's decrepified over here. Villain, look at this range. This is so ridiculous right now. He's going to jump forward again. Gets yet another kill. There's a lot of buybacks coming out here, Mags. I don't know. This is like the last stand here. Aosynth coming forward. He doesn't have Chronosphere. He wants to get the kill over on Temton. They cannot touch this Pugna. Pugna's just running around here. He's just life draining everyone and their mom back here. And he just doesn't have to stop. He's got the Ags. They don't have anything to really cancel him out. Look at this. Where's the rampage here? I'm waiting for this Pugna rampage because he's just doing whatever he wants.
GQ is called. He's
There's the godlike. Just stare at each other. So Los Pancakes actually gonna take top of RD2L Monday nights. Huge congrats to them. That was a crazy game. All eyes are gonna be on Six Dog here because this guy, this mid, is a huge problem. Even when you throw a ton of people into his lane, he just manages to, to make the right calls, get himself in the right position, get his item timings, and then just go ham. What are your thoughts, Megs?
Two very convincing victories from Los Pancakes. We've been watching Ari first pick Kappa these past few weeks. They've been, having some strong outings against their opponents, but looks like we have, a new top dog to look at. And Six Dog at that, I guess.
You're making all these, like, I don't know if they're necessarily puns, but, tie-ins with the team names. You said the Ice Blast earlier, the Snowball, and then also now, the dog thing. I like it, Mags. But, all right, guys, thank you so much for watching. You can follow Mags and I here on my Twitch, or you can follow us on Twitter. I'm at MoxieCass. He is at Mike Mags with 2 S's. Otherwise, guys, have a fantastic night. GG to both teams.